Sean Lennon, host of the Fight Report. Check out Fightlete.com for exclusive content, articles, and more. And we welcome amateur heavyweight Dalton Too Strong Taylor on the Fight Report. He'll be fighting Caleb Harris at Fight for It 10, Saturday, February 27th. Make sure to check that out. It's for the FFI amateur heavyweight title, Rockhill, South Carolina. And we appreciate you being on the show.
I train out of Embrace Martial Arts in Wake Forest, North Carolina. Forge Fitness was my old original team, but I'm Team Embrace now with Joel Garcia, Thiago Silva, and Black Belt Jeremy, and a bunch of other folks too. But those are my main coaches.
Okay, great. Well, I appreciate you taking time to be on the show. Talk about, it's been a year now since you were in the cage, the time between fights, and you feel it's helped or hindered you, that process?
I think mentally it helped. Physically, it might have, you don't want to go into that cage rust kind of deal, right. But mentally taking time to just fine tune some things, get better, and just get stronger mentally. I think it was a good and a bad thing. You just got to take what, I look at it as you can get better. And it gave me actually a good year to be with my new team, because before COVID, I had only been with them for about 2 or 3 months. So this actually gave me a year plus to be with them, get accustomed to them and understand the system and move and things like that. So I definitely look at it as a plus.
Excellent. I mean, when you look at it back in November, you had a couple fights that were canceled and you were ready to go back then. So, talk about, dealing with those disappointments and rolling through the punches.
Yeah, that's one of the things I think maybe just in the amateur, and not just in the amateur realm, but also in the pros is like, few fights fall out. I think I had about 8 fights fall out from opponents pulling out or just freaking nature type of deals. But I had about 8 fights that fell through from the whole 2020, man. Obviously due to COVID, some things, but November I had one fall out because I actually had gotten hurt. There's been a lot. It's hard to get fights sometimes with the kind of background I get, I guess. I'm pretty sure after this one, a bunch of guys, the real fighters will want to come out and get some and taste some of this. So I'm all for it.
And when you mentioned your background, how does that make you harder to get fights for you?
Because I think with me, the people that I've trained with, the coaching, and, being one of the few amateurs in the country that has a management team and a great manager, and my manager, Lamont Chappell, I'm 3-0, and my first fight was TKO. The next 2 were decisions, but when they see me fight, I'm a striker. A lot of people like to think up front, but I also have great takedown defense, great grappling, great clinch work. And it's like, you don't really see amis at my level at such a young career. So I think that a lot of amateurs coming up, and this has been one of the things that, other coaches, opponents, hey, you're better than our guy, a little bit more experience, but a lot of times it just comes from me being well-rounded and can take the fight anywhere and just being comfortable and being patient. I've been through a lot in my life, and I've been training for a very long time, and I've been around high caliber athletes, especially now in my career. It's just like being around Gustavo Trujillo, Jamie Pickett, Don Terry Woods, Hannah Cyphers, Alan Crowder. Coming up in the North Carolina scene with Billy Dowie was a good thing for me to understand patience, timing, and things of that nature. And then, just getting the overall feeling for the sport as it is, I think makes some people a little bit hesitant, but you're going to run into that, just like you do in the UFC. Not everybody wants to fight Khabib. Not everybody wants to fight Ngannou or none of the, like, you're going to have those guys. And I think like it's a good thing for me. Who doesn't want to be a guy that everybody doesn't want to fight, right?
Sure, definitely. I mean, fighting during the pandemic, still a rare opportunity. And now you have a heavyweight title fight. Like, how excited are you for the opportunity to get in there and show everyone what you've been working on?
Yeah. I'm super excited for it, especially against an opponent that's so experienced. He has 11 fights overall. Such young, he's only 25 too. He's fought a lot. At one point, he was the king of the cage amateur heavyweight champion. Knocked the guy in the first 30 seconds. So it's exciting, and he's going to want to bring. I'm excited for that opportunity and the aspects of me having a heavyweight title as an AMI, with such few fights, and then also, I think I can say it now, but I'll be main eventing this card. It's gonna be a good deal. I'll be the main event of this promotion, this event, and I'll be doing it with the title. So a lot on the line, but this is what we fight for. Hopefully when I get to the UFC, this will be just another fight, and we fight for all the marbles.
Definitely.
I can't wait to get up there in the UFC and scream 50 G's, baby. Telling Dana White to give me that money. So this is what we're supposed to do. This is all part of the plan, and this is my destiny. This is how I look at it.
And have you fought in the main event before, or is this the first time?
No, this is the first time, man. This is my first one, first of many. This shows with 3 fights. and no title yet, nothing. And I have a great fan base. I have a lot of fans out there, a lot of friends, supporters, family, and a lot of people that really believe in me. And this is what we're supposed to happen. I know it might be shocking to other people, but I spoke this into the universe. I believed it. I knew this was going to happen. I told Lamont, I told everybody once they signed me, like, hey, this is the kind of caliber guy that I am, and expect big things from me. This is fruit. A tree by its fruits. So, this is all part of this was supposed to happen.
And talk about your nutrition for your fights. Like, do you have to cut weight to make the heavyweight limit, and how's that going for you, if that's what you have to do?
Usually, I necessarily don't. And this fight, I have to a little bit. COVID did put some pounds. We had a good Christmas, a good Thanksgiving, so I ate and enjoyed myself much. But I'm down in weight, feeling good. If I have to cut weight, it'll be like maybe 2 pounds, 3 pounds at much.
Okay.
But usually I don't. My goal is to get about 245 and be super lean, about 14% body fat. I'm extremely fast for my size, so I could only imagine how fast I'll be even then, and especially with the power. The fight, the weight's not too bad. It's real easy. We're heavyweights, so not usually.
And talk about signing with Lamont Chappell, the LCA Sports Management, and what it means for your career.
Oh man, coming up as an amateur, you're thinking about the big show. You're always that's in the back of your head. For me, it was just one fight in front of the other. And when Lamont came to me, he really talked to me, and he believed in what I wanted to do, and he family. It was almost like getting recruited, like, college football or college athletics, but he made me feel like family, and he treats me like family. Like it's one of those feelings where, you got people, great support that you need. And he's an amazing manager. Anything I need, whether it's food, gear, he takes care of me, and not just me, but all of my teammates and the whole squad. And we're really a family, man. It's really LCA versus everybody. I kind of have that ideal. Because at such a young career, he's done a lot for me. And no matter what, he's always checking on me. The game is rough. We all know that. It's a rough game, right? But when you have somebody like him that's backing you, making sure you're okay, making sure you're at the gym, making sure you're getting the right coaching, it's a different level. It's like, I feel like I play for Alabama or Miami or one of these SEC powerhouses with Lamont. And it makes me work harder, because what else can we accomplish? This is just the beginning. So I'm super appreciative of him and the company and the people that help us, our team out, getting us look. Not everybody can say they have that. And you know how the UFC is, man. It's necessarily not sometimes the best people in the world. It's all about the eyes and who you can catch, and, who really wants to watch you and these things. And my management team and Lamont, they do a great job at getting those eyes on us. We have a few fighters in the UFC, and this is Rockhill, man. If you're in the fight game, you know about him. He's a dark horse, and he's an absolute savage. You'll be hearing a lot about him very soon. So Lamont putting guys like me and him together, it's just an amazing feeling when you can do that.
Definitely. And you're definitely getting, all the experience you need. Obviously, you said you trained with Alan Crowder, who had a run in the UFC as well. And do you feel like you have the availability of training partners at your disposal?
Man, whatever I need, I got it. Gustavo Trey, John Terry Woods, Jamie Pickett. We have a connection with John Salter down here in Port City. We have a multitude of coaches, from Joel Garcia, Thiago Silva, Carlos Martin, our jiu-jitsu coaches, Jeremy. I mean, I even have connections with the man, the myth, the legend, Kenny Monday, wrestling coach. So I have a lot of tools and coaches at my availability. It's just a matter of just finding time to use all of them, Yeah, man, I have a lot of tools, a lot of training partners. Like if we ever need something, they're all of my training partners are, hey, let's go work. Let's go get this money. Because, this is a once in a lifetime feeling, when you got an opportunity like this and you can go chase and go get it, be passionate about it, put all your energy into it. And people want to get behind something like that, especially in a time like this, especially with my story, with my wife passing away and everything like that from cancer. And I promised her I'll become the UFC heavyweight world champion. I got everything that I need.
Definitely. I'm very sorry to hear about that.
It's all good, man.
And, your opponent, Caleb Harris, he's 6-6, I think this is his first amateur title fight as well as yours. So what are you expecting from him in this fight? And obviously it's a 3-round fight, but are you trained for it's going to be like a 5-round fight, right? You're going to be trained like the maximum endurance.
Yeah, I think one thing that separates me from a lot of the other heavyweights is my endurance, is my ability to prolong my conditioning into the later rounds. I can't wait to if they gave me a 5-round fight, I would take it, because I want to take it to that area. to prove, to not just everyone else, but myself, that I'm able to, take it there. I think that coming from the culture I did and being from Hawaii, a lot of the Hawaiian all fight like Max. Max is a good representation of how a lot of us like to fight. It's just we got cardio for days, and that's one thing that I'm excited about, to show my cardio here. I know he is aggressive. I know he is a head chaser. I know he's going to bring it. I know he wants to fight, and I'm excited for that. Like, I'm excited for somebody who actually wants to fight me, instead of usually a lot of these guys, they say they want to, then they get hit one time and they all turn into what an idea say, oh, you're a wrestler now. Oh, okay. A lot of things happen like that, man. So for me, it's like having somebody that's going to stand and trade with me, have fun, man. This is like, we're a main event. This is for a title. Let's go out and have fun. Let's put on a show. I got a bunch of people coming. I'm pretty sure he has a bunch of people coming. And the next day is my birthday too, so I got to have fun at this one.
Definitely. Talk about like the criticism of the heavyweight fighters. It seems like you're already breaking that mold, but obviously some people say, some fans and media say the fights are boring, the fighters gas out too early, and that they come sloppy. What is your response to that criticism?
Heavyweights like to put on shows. So a lot of times in the first round, they all try to knock each other out, headhunt, and do all this thing. And that's fine, because you're trying to get paid. We all want to make some money. And so when you get to the second, third rounds, you're a little bit like gas maybe. So you have to be able to use your cardio in the right way. That's how you win. That's how you change the game, is you apply pressure where needed, and I can knock people out. Do I want to? Of course. This is the thing. I get training camps for 8 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks. And I don't want to go in the cage and knock somebody out in 40. It'd be cool if I did, but I'm not so pressed about it to knock somebody out in such an early time, because I want to get cage experience. I want to have time in the cage where I practice, because that's when you can actually get better. Yeah, you have, in the gym and things like that. But if you're not in the cage and you let's say you knock everybody out in your first 3 fights, that means I'd have less than 3 minutes, less than 1 round actually in cage experience, right? So when I get to the big leagues, it's like, how do you know if you're going to be tested? How do you know if you're going to be, where you're going to do in the fight in the 3rd, 4th round, if you never really get tested in the actual test? Right. So for me, it's like, I'm a person I take the Hoist Gracie approach to it, to where I'm going to go out there and fight. I'm not going to lose. I'm going to look at it like this. Whatever happens, whatever comes my way, I'm going to take it, go about it that way. At the end of the day, learning from my coaches and the philosophical point, it's all about getting a W, right? You can go out there and try to knock everybody out, and then you might get knocked out. And then you risk your future, your career, your money. Like, I got a family to feed, right? To prove a point that you didn't probably even need to prove, when you could have probably did it nice by just being patient. And that's one thing I've learned in my career, is just being patient, taking my time, like letting the shots come to me, and then going about it that way. I could get a knockout this fight. I got to knock out my first fight. Right. It was in the 2nd round towards the end, but I just waited and was patient. And that's something I think heavyweights, because we get so strong, we have that power. We get a little bloodthirsty. But that's what separates the men from the boys. And I think that's going to be one of the things that separates me when I get to the UFC is going to be, oh, this guy can go 5 rounds, 6 rounds, 7 rounds. One day I might be Max Holloway and I'm the best boxer in the UFC performance type of deal, just because I like that. That was fun. That was amazing. You didn't see any super high flying kicks or no knockouts, but that's probably going to be the best performance of this year. Hands down. I already put the vote for it.
Okay. Now, when you talk about, being from Hawaii, talk about that warrior spirit that you bring in the cage when you represent your homeland, and a big appeal for everyone that lives in Hawaii to see you go out there and perform, all your family and friends.
Yeah, being from Hawaii is something that I hold very dear to my heart, because it sets the tone of who I am personally. Having that mana in my heart and in my spirit and my soul, it may be hard to understand, but I'd rather die on my shield than take it and give up and quit. I'd rather go out there and do what I need to be done, because this is the sport. When you sign up to do it, we're literally modern day gladiators. Right. And for me, having that Hawaiian spirit and that energy in me, it pushes me forward. Like, I'm an emotional guy. I have lots of love. I'm probably inside of the cage. I'm a pretty nasty dude, but outside of the cage, I'm the most nicest guy. I have a foundation in honor of my wife coming out this summer. I do work a lot within the community. Like, I'm here to help. And this is what fighting is for me. Like, fighting is, I don't think I like the Conor McGregor aspect of it. He's smart. It's beautiful. The money, like that works. I like it. I'm a huge Conor McGregor fan. But for me, I'm more like the Superman. Like I'm gonna be your underdog. I'm telling you, like a lot of people are gonna count me out, especially when I make it. Even when I make it to I'm telling you, I'm putting my words down now. Even when I make it to the UFC championship and I fight for that belt, whoever is there, everyone's gonna doubt me. He can't do it. He's done it already. He's done so much, and I'm gonna shock the world. Same way TJ Dillashaw did, the same way Amanda Nunes did when she beat Cyborg, the same way Amanda Nunes when she beat Ronda, just shocking the world, because that's what this sport is about. And I'm here to help people in this world and make a difference in this world. And I think that this is my path and this is my destiny to doing that. And that's all built in the culture of being Hawaii we're all ohana. We're all family. We're no one's better. We're all here to help. Having the aloha in my heart, I'm going to bring the aloha to the cage and hopefully to the world. And people like Muhammad Ali, that's the guys I look at that not just make an impact outside the cage as well.
Definitely. And, we always hear about Fight Island. They should, you ever think about UFC doing a Fight Island Hawaii? That could be a possibility in the future.
I'm telling you, speaking this to existence. And when I become the champ, when you're the champ, you kind of have say-so of some things, right?
Right.
I know Conor wants to go to Dublin and, because of him, they had idea, right? We almost had a Fight Island Hawaii or UFC Hawaii, but it's just some little things like that. But I believe in the future. I think the way I'm gonna go out is my last fight is gonna be in Hawaii, and it'll probably be UFC Hawaii, and I'll be fighting my last fight for the belt. I'll probably be defending it for the 5th time. I envision these things. I believe it in my head.
Sure.
I see these things. I know that one day, man, we're gonna fight in Hawaii, and I'm gonna walk out like that. That's gonna be my swan song, is defending it for the 5th time in Hawaii, the 50th state, the champ. I'm gonna walk out of here, man, and I'm not here for a long time, but I'm here for a good time. And I believe Hawaii is going to be where I have my swan song at and make my movie, and I believe it'll happen. But it's just a little bit it's all about money. At the end of the day, it's all about money. If we can go all the way to Dubai and do something, we could definitely go to Hawaii and do something. And when Max gets his belt back, because it was robbed, Max is the real 45-pound champion. When Max gets his belt back, we got some other Hawaii boys coming up. It's going to be a real deal type of thing. Just the same way that Ali went to Africa and it was Ali Wumaye, the same thing that's going to happen when I go to Hawaii. I'm going to run in the street with my family, with the people. We're going to make a bunch of noise. It's going to be that. I believe it. I got goosebumps thinking about it.
For sure.
Those are the things that move me, man.
And what do you use for recovery after each training session that you recommend?
Oh, so I am part of this team called Vital Mind CBD. They're a company based out in California. They're the best CBD company that's done research, does everything to be able to prove the results and everything that they do. I take a lot of CBD from them, from gummies to tinctures. I also do a lot of ice baths and a lot of cryotherapy, which I hate, but it's a part of the game. And then I do a lot of stretching. I think stretching is one of the things that a lot of people discount. I'm super flexible. It's because of the stretching with my coach, my new strength and conditioning coach, so Coach Greg Martinez. He's been doing wonders with me. And I think just the diet as well. I eat really clean. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Not that those things are bad, but for me, I want to be able to give myself the best opportunity to become a world champion. Your diet is going to be something that is really important. Getting that turmeric in, eating the right fat. Your body will take care of itself if you just feed it the right things.
And then what can we expect at Fight for a 10 when you face Caleb Harris? It's for the amateur heavyweight title. I know that you have, fans all over that are really going to be in your corner for this one. And, even the ones that, they can't make it, I'm not sure if you have fans in attendance for this one. I assume you do. So how do you expect to bring them on their feet after your performance?
I think it's going to be an amazing performance. I think I'm going to see something in myself that a lot of people have been waiting a long time to see. I'm not the type of guy, I'm going to knock him out or I'm going to do this. Let's just let the fight happen, man. He's going to bring it and I'm going to bring it. And you're going to see the best version of me Saturday night, February 27th, for the title, main event, Rockhill, South Carolina, Fight for it 10. Number 10 is a big deal. That belt will be waved above my head and wrapped around my stomach that day. And we'll have a good time. Luckily, with this awesome promotion, there will be a lot of people there. South Carolina has some amazing rule sets for the COVID, so there'll be a lot of people there. And they're going to go ahead. They just developed a new app. And so they have an app that you can watch the fight on or watch it on their Facebook link for free. All for free because they want people to see us. They want people to be able to watch us. And so wherever I have family from Hawaii, California, Las Vegas, Oregon, Detroit, Michigan, Oklahoma, Texas. I played a lot of sports. I was in the military. I lived in a lot of these places. So I have a bunch of family friends everywhere. And I know they'll be tuning in on Facebook TV or on the app to be able to watch the fight. So I'm looking to put on a show, man. At the end of the day, it's that thing that not many of us have, but I'm really going to put on a show. Same way Adesanya goes out there, Conor goes out there. It's just something that we love to do. And I can't wait to go out there, especially having such a long layoff, and just go put on a show, man. If I get a knockout, I get a knockout. If I get a submission, I get a submission. It goes down like that. It's a 5-round war. And no matter what, I'm coming out there to fight. That's something I know is going to happen. I'm coming to fight.
Awesome. So it's confirmed that the fight will be 5 rounds, despite being an amateur title fight.
Yes, it will be an amateur title fight. And after that, who knows? I might go pro, I might not, maybe do 1 or 2 more. But, you know, I really believe that, and I'll say this, I'm going to be in the UFC next year. I don't know how, which way. I mean, we know some ways. But I'll be in the UFC next year, at least I would say earliest is the summer.
Okay. Well, we're looking forward to it, then. Definitely. We appreciate you being on the show. And, you know, if anyone you'd like to thank, go ahead. Make sure to catch Dalton, Too Strong Taylor, when he takes on Caleb Harris. Fight for It 10, Saturday, February 27th. FFI Amateur Heavyweight title. We'll post the link to the Facebook page so everybody can check out your fight next Saturday as well. And we appreciate you being on the show. Anyone you'd like to thank, go ahead.
Hey, Sean, I just want to say thank you to you first. Thank you for even giving me the opportunity to speak, be able to opportunity to get on here and talk about the fight and talk about myself, history, everything. I really appreciate you, brother. You're a godsend. Thankful to all my sponsors, Badge of Honor, Everyman Jack, PI Sports, RDX, Vital Mind CBD, everybody, man. I really appreciate my manager, Lamont Chappell, for believing in me, making sure I do my thing, you know, in and out of the cage, becoming a better human and a good man. And shout out to my coaches, you know, Joel Garcia, Thiago Silva, and my brother Jeremy, for all helping me, and Coach Greg Martinez for helping me become the athlete that I know that I can be. But yeah, man, thank you all my fans too, the support that I've been getting, man. It's been amazing. So shout out to everybody. And if anybody I missed, shout out to you too, okay? We're just shooting a shotgun right now, man. But again, Sean, thank you, brother. I really appreciate it, man. Looking forward to doing more of these in the future.
For sure. Just you're welcome anytime, and we appreciate you. Again, thanks to Lamont for setting it up as well. And, you know, best of luck to you. Everybody check it out, February 27th. Fight for It 10. And we're going to see Dalton, Too Strong Taylor take on Caleb Harris for the amateur heavyweight belt. It should be a memorable one.
Take care, brother. Thank you, man. You have a good one.
You too, man. Take care.